What's up, Scrappy Peeps? It's Adele from Inky Quill, and today we're chatting a subject that can be very difficult to talk about. But we're talking about documenting lives of those that we have lost. And I wanted to focus on our furry and scaly and feathery friends today. So if you've been with me for a long time, or if you've watched our vlog channel, you'll know these two little fluff buns. So this is a photo of Poppet and Frida, and they were our bunnies. We lost Poppet at the start of 2020, and we lost Frida at towards the beginning of 2021. They both lived to be 8 years old, and they were our first little things that we looked after before we had kids. So they're a really important part of our family, as all pets are. And today I wanted to do a layout just celebrating them and have a bit of a chat about how some ideas to document the loss of some loved furry ones. So for me, the difficult thing, I think, is the looking at photos of them is hard, but I want to look at their photos and celebrate their happy little furry fluffy butt lives that they had. And today I am going all for color. So a way that I am kind of coping through creating this page was I just wanted to make it really happy and bright and fun, just like I picture them at the peak of their lives were. So when they were running around and binking, I wanted to capture that same fun kind of feeling to it. So the background paper that I'm using has all of these different circles and shapes, and it has the days of the week on it. And I thought that was a good paper to choose for this page because literally all they would do was snuggle each other. Not all they would do, but all day they just wanted to snuggle with each other. They were besties. And so I thought this was a good paper because this was literally where you'd find them 95% of the time. I've got a few different sticker sheets. Most of them are new ones that have come across my stash. I've got this Paige Evans one that has some really beautiful foiling details to it. And I knew that the Buns blankets were blue and red, which are two of my favourite or go-to colours to scrapbook. And so I knew that I wouldn't have trouble finding a whole range of embellies that were blues and reds and pinks to kind of match the colours of this photo. I've got this tag from a Pink Fresh Studio collection. I'm not sure which one it is. It's one about home life and that came out, within the last year or two. And I wanted to do just a tiny bit of journaling. I didn't need to do a great deal. One other way that you can document your loved furry ones is through hidden journaling. If you feel like it's not something that you want to look at every time you flip through your albums, because it might make you feel upset or feel emotional, or you wanted to talk about more personal stories about them, then you could also hide journaling on a tag. It would be great to, you could have made this little bunny photo into a pocket and put a tag behind them, or you could journal just straight onto the back of the layout so that it's there but no one else does. This embellishment that I have used is one of my all-time favourite DIY embellishments that I've ever made. And I've made, I reckon I've made about 25 different videos on DIY embellishments at this point, maybe even more. I've made a lot. This was one that I did on Patreon, I think at the start of 2021. And I have, I think, 2 of them left, and I'm holding out. And I know this is exactly what I say not to do. Don't hoard your things, but I want to use them on pages of things that I really love. And I knew that I had a photo of the girls here to document. And so another tip that I have for documenting the loss of loved ones is to use products and stickers and embellishments that you love. So things that you've been maybe holding on to for the perfect page, or if you've just bought something new that you're just so excited to use it. don't save it. Celebrate their life and get those, bits and pieces that you love onto the pages to document the people and the animals that you love as well. So I've added my title BFFs. I just went with a simple title because I think, like I said, sometimes it can be hard documenting things like this, and the grieving process is different for everyone. You may be the type of person that to process grief, it helps to journal things and to spend a lot of time processing what happened and memories with them. For other people, I think I fall into this latter category. I like a short, sharp process, and I didn't want to hang around for a really long time on this page. I just wanted to have fun making it and then do a different one and change the mood around. So however you process it in real life, sticker sheet finished, side note. However you process grief, it's a good opportunity to also transmit that process into how you would do a scrapbook page for this for these circumstances as well. So I'm adding a whole ton of hearts because I love hearts and I love the bunnies, and some of them just needed a bit of an added border because this page was getting very bright and colourful, which was my aim, but it was getting very bright and colourful, and some of the things just needed reining in slightly. So I'm adding just a few little subtle borders here and there and everywhere. And then I'm also trying to figure out if I want to add anything down in that bottom kind of left-hand section because it just seems a bit empty underneath my photo. I've got this number 2, and I thought that would be good to add because they were bosom buddies, the two of them. And then I'm going through, I've got this little pile of sticker sheets that I've had for ages and I'm trying to get through, and just making little happy clusters. I think that's my aim for this page, is little happy clusters. I've been really enjoying cutting embellishments in half lately and using, half here, half there. You get twice the bang for your buck, which is always fun. And I think it's good because it helps the page look a bit more cohesive because you've got repeated patterns, or maybe it's a floral that you've cut in half, so you've got the repeat from one edge to the other. Then to rein all of my cattle in, I did a doodly border. If you're a new subscriber or a viewer and you're probably like, why on earth is this person talking about cows? They're rabbits. I often feel like my pages sometimes get I love embellishments. They get very embellishy very quickly. And just like cattle on a farm can benefit from a fence to keep them in one area, I feel like my embellishments sometimes can do with a fence to just keep your eye centered on the embellishments and not go wandering off. I wanted to add something, a bit chunky, a bit of a different texture to the page because there was a lot of stickers going on. And so I grabbed my little container of wood veneers and I'm adding a mix of little hearts and circles. I don't know if the circles were from the center of something and they were the leftover bits, but I really like them. They're like they're kind of like natural enamel dots. I guess that's how you could treat them. I was contemplating changing the BFF's title to some black thickers so it would stand out a little bit because that tag has pink thickers all over it, and I end up leaving it. And I think if I had used black thickers, it would have looked good as well, but I think it would have drawn your eye too much to the title. And that's another tip. If you want the focus to stay on your photo, then you could do a few different things to make sure that your embellishments and the rest of the page don't take over. One is to use subtle colours. You could also do a monochromatic page so that everything's the same colour. So you could do, all pink or all blue with black and white and neutrals mixed in. But that's another way to keep the focus on the photo and perhaps the story that you're trying to tell rather than the actual scrapbook page itself. For me, I wanted the colour, I wanted the bright, I wanted the fun, because that's how I've coped with the loss of them. And I've had a few people ask if we are getting any bunnies anytime soon. The answer is no. I think our adventures with bunnies is over. But one day, hopefully, if we can purchase a house, our first house, we might buy some kittens and have a little cat family instead. So thank you so much for watching today. Let me know in the comments if you've documented the loss of a loved furry, feathery, scaly one, and how you did so. And let's just have a chat. It's a difficult thing to do, and I hope these tips have given you some ideas if maybe it's a project that you've been putting off to remember the life of a loved one. Thanks for watching today, peeps, and I will see you all in the next video very soon. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Have a great week. Bye.